Okay, students, welcome back to school. I hope you had a wonderful vacation. I made this little movie for you. You know, I'm in Ecuador, and but I want you to keep writing while I'm gone. So this little movie is to help you get started with your writing project today. I want you to look at this information on the screen. This is what it will look like when you go to take your STAR exam. You'll get some information like this that tells you what you want to write. Would somebody, your instructor, if you'll raise your hands, your instructor will ask somebody to read what's on the screen? Okay, if you've read what's on the screen, tell me now, what is it that you're supposed to be writing about? Just pick just the specific instructions. What is it that you're actually supposed to be writing about? Raise your hands. Okay, I hope you said write about your favorite type of music. Explain why it is your favorite and how it makes you feel. There was a lot of information on that screen, but these sentences tell you what you really are supposed to be writing about. Your favorite type of music and why it is your favorite and how it makes you feel. Now, see if you look right here, all that information, it says read, think, but only those sentences right there tell you what they want you to write about. And it says be sure and clearly state your central idea, organize your writing, develop your writing in detail, choose your words carefully, and use correct spelling, capitalization, punctuation, grammar, and sentences. Today we're going to focus very clearly on those first two. Clearly state your central idea and organize your writing. And the third one, and develop your writing in detail. So let's think a minute. What text structure will this narrative have? Let's look back at our chart that tells our text structures. Remember, we had descriptive, sequential, cause and effect, problem based, all of these different kinds of narrative structures. What narrative structure will this narrative have? I hope you said descriptive because it asks us to describe, it asks us to talk about and tell about our favorite music. So, the first thing we do in organize, if you look up there, we're going to use a graphic organizer. And if you look at our chart, it says that it shows you a helpful graphic organizer that might be useful in descriptive writing. First of all, we come up with our main idea. And then from that main idea, we decide what are our subtopics. What will our paragraphs be? What are the different chunks of information under that main idea? And we can write those down. Now, your writing today is just going to be one page. So probably 2 to 3, maybe 4 paragraphs. But more than 4 paragraphs, your writing will be chopped up pretty much in a one-page writing. So, and what would happen if you just had one paragraph? You would have all your ideas all smushed together like that, and it wouldn't be a very rich narrative. So you're probably going to have 2, 3, maybe 4 paragraphs, but you're going to find out your main idea, and then you're going to write out what your paragraphs, the ideas under that main idea. Okay, let's look back at our prompt. It says, write about your favorite type of music. Explain why it's your favorite and how it makes you feel. What would our main idea be? What is the main thing we're talking about there? Okay, I said it was going to be my favorite music. Now, what do I want to say about my favorite music? What is it asking me to say about it? Well, first I have to talk about what my favorite music is. Then I want to explain why it's my favorite and how it makes me feel, because those are some things that the writing prompt asks me to do. Now, when I'm organizing my writing, I'm going to get that main idea and then what my main paragraphs, my subtopics, what those subtopics under that main idea will be. And each of those subtopics are going to be a paragraph. Now, we talked about that paragraphs can't be one sentence long. They start with a good, strong sentence, but they need some richness. They need some detail. So, in each paragraph, we need to think of some details we can put in there. Maybe it's some better description. Maybe it's a quote. Maybe it's an example. But we're going to want to put some richness into each of our paragraphs. Now, these details in paragraph 1 focus just on that topic. What is my favorite music? All the details, the quotes, the examples are going to focus right on that question. What is my favorite music? It's not going to talk about anything else. When I go to my next paragraph, that's where I'm going to give the reasons why it's my favorite. And maybe I'll give 2 or 3 reasons why, and give some detail about why I especially like this one. But I'm not going to talk about my feelings. Why not? Because that's in another paragraph. How does my favorite music make me feel? In this paragraph, I'm going to put details about feelings and maybe give some examples about certain pieces of music that makes me happy, or certain pieces of music that may make me sad. So in this paragraph, I'm going to be talking about emotions. Now, once I get my diagram, my brainstorming, my organizer done, then I can start writing. Now, what I want you to do today is practice this organizing. Here's a no prompt. This is the prompt you're going to be working with. Somebody read this first part of the first half of this screen. Your instructor will call on somebody that raises their hand. Okay, now look at that again and let's see there's a lot of information. What specifically are we supposed to write about? Again, somebody raise your hand and tell us what specifically from that screen, what are we going to write about? I hope you picked out these sentences. We're going to write about our experience with a pet or animal and explain what makes it special to you. Now, what I want you to do, don't write yet. I want you to do your brainstorming. I want you to make that diagram. And first of all, you need to say what your main idea is. And think about the prompt. There's your prompt. And write down your main idea. Once you get the main idea, decide how many paragraphs and put the idea that you're going to talk about in that specific paragraph. One big idea per paragraph. Once you get those paragraphs decided, then you'll put your detail in. Now, I want everybody to make I'm going to go back to this screen so you can see what the prompt is and then start organizing making your diagram. And we're not going to go any further until you get your complete diagram done. Once you get your complete diagram done, then your instructor will approve it, and you can get with a partner and give each other some ideas, critique each other, strengthen each other's diagram. Now, we're not going to start writing yet. We're just going to start critiquing each other's work. Only when you're absolutely certain that you've got your ideas organized. If you want to, then you can start writing. So there's your prompt. Make your diagram, and